Hi, this is Keeper, and welcome back to On Air Monday, November 7, 2011. Today we're going to look back at the historic first week of On Air. We're also going to look back and respond to your responses to our story around the Direct Selling Association's Political Action Committee, the committee they don't want distributors to know about. We're also going to be looking at the story called Direct Selling in Politics, the Companies, the DeVos Family Amway Effect, its effect on direct selling and politics in general here in the United States. We're also going to introduce to you your opportunity to participate politically with our 6 political bloggers that starts January 2nd, 2012. You're going to be able to follow them. You're going to be able to comment on them. It's going to be exciting. And we're also going to introduce to you some of our new events that are coming out, including our reality show at the end of this month called The Recruit. Next month in December, our Profiles Encourage Distributor Stories, and our very first Company of the Quarter. See you in a few seconds. Hi, this is Keeper, and welcome back. Okay, our first week with On Air. It was incredibly exciting, incredibly busy, incredibly exhausting. There's so much work that goes into putting this together. I really had no idea, as I was asked about it when I first decided to do it by a number of people, why would you even attempt to do a daily show on direct selling news and information and entertainment? And I said, well, you know, I figure that it would be a fun thing to do. It would be educational, but even more importantly, I think it's something that's needed. I think we're in an era now news-wise, particularly with direct selling, and how direct selling not only impacts your business, but also how it impacts your daily life, and vice versa. How things outside of direct selling impact you as a direct seller. I like to say, if you peel back the distributor layer, what you get is a real person, a total person who is involved in every aspect of life, and you really can't separate it from your personal life to direct selling. I once had one of the top trainers in direct selling tell me, I don't want distributors thinking about anything but their business. I don't want them thinking about their life. I don't want them thinking about their work. I don't want them thinking about their kids. I want them thinking about their business, because the more they think about their business, the more they're going to buy my products. And that just did not sit well with me, and I don't think it's the way to go. I think everything in direct selling impacts every part of your life. As I said, you peel back the distributor layer, and what you've got a life full of emotion, good, bad, exciting, you got it all. And that's what we're going to talk about daily here on Direct Selling Live. It's going to be things that are extremely positive. They're going to be some of the things that we look at that may be a bit negative, but it's all about education and making us aware of who we are and why, so that we better understand and so that the world better understands who we are. So the very first week, as I said, was full of a lot of great stuff. It was extremely exciting. We looked at the supplement industry, or the fear of the FDA proposing new policy guidelines for our supplement companies. We had a very special guest. We had Lynn Clements come on out of Las Vegas, one of the top consultants in the industry. He talked about it. It was magnificent. We also went to the Get Motivated seminar. I visited the Get Motivated seminar in Los Angeles so I can get an understanding of how they do what they do, why it's so exciting, and why I think everyone in direct selling should go to a Get Motivated seminar, not just for the motivation, but also to see what a real event looks like. Because as we all know, our companies and our associations, their events are starting to get a little stale. And this is one event that you can go to outside of your company's event, which I think you should go to every single one of your company events. You should go to your trainings, you should go to your leadership, and you should really go to your company's major conference of the year without question. You never, ever missed the major conference. Ever, ever, ever. So, Get Motivated seminar was really exciting. We also did a story on print media and direct selling. Is our print media, are they news, or are they just glorified trading magazines? When you look at the print media in direct selling, are they really delivering news, or are they just regurgitating old news? A lot of it's old news, you know, stuff that we've read before, but they're kind of spinning it a little differently, or there might be a bit of news here and there, a chunk here and there. So there's really not a news source per se here in direct selling, and that's where Direct Selling Live is going to be coming in. We also looked at politics, because I think politics in direct selling has a tremendous impact on your business. a tremendous impact, because there are laws, there are legislation being written that on the surface might not seem as though it impacts your business, but it does, which is why we found out through our investigating about politics and direct selling late last week that the Direct Selling Association has a political action committee. You see, last year, Direct Selling Live, we did some polling on politics. We wanted to find out who was what your thoughts were about the whole thing. And a number of you asked if Direct Selling Live is going to create a political action committee. I've been asked that so many times. Are you going to create one? We would love to see you create a political action committee. Well, whether that happens, I don't know, but I found out last week that the Direct Selling Association has a political action committee, and come to find out, distributors know very little about it, and yet they're representing not only direct selling, but direct selling companies, and through extension, direct selling distributors, because you are partners with each direct selling company. So they're representing you as well. Where's the money going and why? What's the criteria for them giving out money? Who's donating money? This is what we looked at, and we're going to continue to look at as well. We also did a pretty explosive story on the DeVos family, the major movers behind Amway, DeVos and Van Andel. They started Amway, and we did the story on the DeVos family Amway effect last week, and got some pretty interesting emails. I got to tell you, most of the emails that we got, people were so excited to see this show start and talk about the things that we have gotten into. But we also got one or two emails, particularly as it related to politics, that I'm going to respond to in the next segment. Particularly you, Doug Carneth, if you are still around. I found your email to be quite entertaining and very, very interesting. We looked at missed marketing opportunities for direct selling to get the world to look at us. How is it that the Direct Selling Association can have a 100-year anniversary and the industry not celebrate as a whole, or the MLMIA have a 25-year anniversary last year, and the industry doesn't get in on the celebration? This is historic. This is history. This is some of the great things that make any business marketable, is your history. And there is a tremendous history, over 150 years in direct selling, and we need to figure out a way how to not only celebrate our history, but invite the world to celebrate with us. As it relates to direct selling and politics, we looked at the 99 percenters in direct selling. The 99% that make the 1% happen. The people who make the $200 to $500 to $1,000 a month, that make it so that those people that earn $5,000, $10,000, $100,000 a month or more happen. Who are they and why? Well, we've got the Occupy Wall Street. I'm looking at it as the Occupy Direct Selling Street. Who are the 99 percenters? And, let's just take a look at that. It's just, I just found that the similarities between the two to be very, very interesting. Doesn't mean anything one way or the other. Just found it to be interesting. We also looked at the latest online marketing news as it impacts online marketing in your business. The battle between Zango and Amway that took place in Carson, California, that had to do with the major battle of the year. Zango and Amway at the Major League Soccer Western Conference Finals, which were won by Herbalife sponsor team, the LA Galaxy, beating out the Zango sponsor team, the Salt Lake City Real team. It was very, very, very fun to see, and actually very, very fun to read about it, because we had the world witnessing direct selling on display, having fun. Zango across the chest, Herbalife across the chest. Very, very cool marketing indeed. And just this really last thing, right as I got ready to launch this whole thing, I had one friend of mine tell me, Keeper, only tell positive stories. Only tell positive stories. And I responded and said, this is a media company. Direct Selling Live, we're media, and I'm looking at journalism. I'm looking to tell stories that not only give the great story of direct selling, but from time to time we need to talk and focus on those stories that don't, because we are the ones who are going to monitor who we are better than anyone. There's no other person or no other group that can monitor us. And in order for us to maintain integrity, we need to look at issues that aren't always in our best interest. And we need to also respond to them. So, no, I'm not only going to tell the great stories. I'm going to talk about those stories that impact us potentially in a negative way so we can do something about it. And that's what's only going to make us greater than what we are. Coming up next, I'm going to respond to your responses to the Direct Selling Association's Political Action Committee story. and even more so to the DeVos family Amway effect. I'll see you in a few seconds. Bye.
Here's a deodorant called Axe. Spray it under your arms and across your chest to stay fresh all day. I know you're not touching my mannequin.
Axe, the smell the ladies love.
Welcome back to On Air. I'm going to take a few minutes to respond to some of your responses about the politics and direct selling, the Direct Selling Association's Political Action Committee, and more importantly, a few responses on direct selling in companies, the DeVos family Amway effect. But first, the Direct Selling Political Action Committee. As we broke the story last week, we started getting emails from people who were just curious about this political action committee that the Direct Selling Association has. I don't know how long it's been around. I don't know the kind of work that they do. I did some investigating and I found out who in direct selling has been donating to them, who are some of the companies, who are some of the individuals. I also found out who the Political Action Committee is donating money to politically, Republicans, Democrats, Independents, or Libertarians. What I find most interesting about the Direct Selling Political Action Committee is distributors don't know about it. To me, that's troubling. That doesn't show transparency. Because what that says is your interest as a political action committee is only to serve the companies, the executives, the owner. But by extension, you're also representing the independent business owner who has partnered with these companies all around the world. And if you are going to have a political action committee that represents direct selling, and I'm sure that's probably how you're positioning it when you go speak to any legislator or any politician, the core group, the largest segment of your group has no idea, number one, what you stand for, why you stand for it, what is the criteria that you use to donate money or support someone. What is the criteria that a company has to get involved in order to donate money to you? How much can they donate? Why are they donating? What is it that they're looking for? As I looked on the internet, and I come to find out through the filings by the Direct Selling Association that your secretary, Adolfo Franco, is the point man. We're going to contact Adolfo Franco later on today or possibly tomorrow to find out what he has to say about the Direct Selling Association Political Action Committee. We may also reach out to Joe Mariano, the president, the new incoming president as of this summer of the Direct Selling Association, to find out what he has to say about the Direct Selling Political Action Committee. Now, I know Joe a bit. He's a really nice guy. We've spoken a few times over the telephone. I like him a lot. And this is not me trying to tear down anyone. It's me trying to get an understanding of what's going on, as I think you should have an understanding of what's going on when there are those groups that are out there representing you, representing our community. I think it's only fair. In the very, not at the very, but one of the greatest strengths that they could have is knowing that they have the backing of the tens of millions of people in direct selling. That gives them even greater clout. But it may strip away some of the power that the companies own. I don't know, but we're going to continue to look at this. Now, let me respond to an email or two about the story that I did on direct selling companies in politics. The DeVos family Amway effect is what I call it, because there are a lot of companies involved in political donations, involved with other politicians, because as a company, you're in business to make money. This I understand. And you need to have political alliances. Everyone should have political alliances. I got a response from one guy, which I thought was pretty funny. His name was Doug Carnett. Here's the email. He goes on to say, this is, typical left-wing media BS. And it has absolutely nothing to do with MLM, and it's just my opinion. It has everything to do with MLM. Absolutely everything. Because your leaders are representing you. And you're going to tell me that knowing what you now know about the DeVos family and their connections to Amway and Blackwater, and the Koch family has absolutely no impact on you? That's like telling me when Bill Clinton and his Monica Lewinsky scandal came down that you were okay with it. It's impossible. You can't be okay. He's the leader of our country. Whether it was consensual sex or not, it makes no difference. That is even a bigger issue between he and his wife. But he is the leader of our country. And any indiscretions that he has or any views that he has impacted our country and every individual involved, whether you voted for him or not. That's like telling me that today's story, Herman Cain, a fourth woman is coming out about sexual harassment, which is much different than Bill Clinton having consensual sex with Monica Lewinsky, which is a greater tragedy. It's Herman Cain and his potential sexual harassment. But you're going to tell me that he is probably okay, and looking at what he has done is left-wing media. Well, I tell you, I've never been called left-wing anything. I thought it was funny. I tell you, I was really taken aback by the whole thing. Me, left-wing media? Wow. You know, I actually felt honored after I thought about it. It's like, you're looking at me as some political voice. Okay. But whether you think I'm left-wing media is neither here nor there. You, Doug, and everyone else listening is going to have an opportunity to get off your chest whatever you want to say politically come January 2nd. January 2nd, Direct Selling Live is launching our political bloggers. We have some special people that are going to blog for us politically starting January 2nd through the end of the presidential election. We've got Lisa Wilbur of Avon, a politician out of New Hampshire. She is going to be our libertarian blogger. We've got Gene Bronstein out of Connecticut. He's the liberal progressive. We've got Ruth Webster, who is going to be the independent. And you're going to be able to follow these people. And we've got Kelly Foote, our Tea Party Republican, who's going to blog for us. You're going to be able to follow them. You're going to be able to comment. You're going to be able to engage and say whatever you want to say. We're just looking for 2 more spots to be filled. We're looking for the mainstream Democrat and a mainstream Republican. Maybe, Doug, you want to fill one of those roles. If someone else is interested, just contact us at politics@Direct Selling Live. Let us know that you're interested. Send us over some writing samples of what you've done. We're going to, as I say, kick this off January 2nd. So, me, left-wing media, I'm just sharing stories. But I got to tell you, I was really flattered once I caught my breath about the whole thing and got, I got off, my little huff about it. It was quite interesting to say the least. I'm just sharing stories, and I'm really out here to get us to think. I just want us to think, and begin to understand we have political power as a community, and we should begin to act on it. See you in a few seconds.
Here's a deodorant called Axe. Spray it under your arms and across your chest to stay fresh all day. I know you're not touching my mannequin.
Axe, the smell the ladies love.
Welcome back. This is going to be a really short segment. Really short. We're going to talk about some of the things that are upcoming on Direct Selling Live and what you can participate in. As I said, beginning January 2nd, we're launching the very first ever direct selling industry political bloggers segment. Nothing like this has ever been done. We've got 4 political bloggers already. We're looking for 2 more. We've got an independent, we've got a libertarian, we've got a Tea Party Republican, and we've got a liberal progressive. Lisa Wilbur, Ruth Webster, Kelly Foote, and Gene Bronstein. We're looking for 2 more, however. Mainstream, one a mainstream Democrat and one a mainstream Republican. I don't know that you could find anywhere in the country, anyone in the country that fits that criteria anymore, but we're looking for it. So we got 2 more slots open. We're also launching at the end of this month Direct Selling's first reality show. It's called The Recruit. We're following around a young Mary Kay distributor named Torrin Seabrooks. We're going to start following her around for the next few weeks and watch what she goes through. You're going to be able to watch and live through her. You're going to be able to comment on the things that she does right, things that she does wrong. But more importantly, you're going to watch someone in Direct Selling who's a recruit. It's going to be a great marketing tool, a great training tool. Let's see. Next month, we are kicking off our very first every other month Profiles in Courage. distributor stories. We were fortunate to find another Mary Kay distributor called Brittany Herrera out of the San Fernando Valley. Her story is amazing. It will bring tears to your eyes. She's 22 years old. What she's gone through has been horrific. But you talk about someone who's had courage. This is a fantastic story. You know, it's every other month. In fact, hers is going to run for 2 consecutive months. That's how great it is. Also, we're going to be looking at our first company of the quarter. Direct Selling Live is not going to do a company of the month. We're going to do a company of the quarter because we want to find a really exciting company that has some really tremendous history that's done something really exciting for the industry. So that's what's coming up. And last, something you should know about January 26th, our 4th annual Power 50, the list of the 50 most powerful, most influential people in direct selling, will be broadcast live here on Direct Selling Live. See you tomorrow when we talk about trainers. They're everywhere. Talk to you then.